What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So some pretty good results have been coming out, showing once again and reconfirming Lucid's technology. So I want to go over some of that with you as well. Touch on briefly the gravity and when it might actually be coming out, as well as just talk on some data points. So I'm going to go over all that. Make sure you guys first hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that, let's get right to it. So I'm going to start off with the data points. So based on Friday, it did go down 1.67%. So right now sitting at $6.48. And looking at some of the fib levels, it is right above this pivot. So in reality, $6.42 versus $6.73 is the next big support and resistance points. And conveniently, that is exactly where it did trade on Friday, as you can see right here. So that is obviously the next things that you need to watch for going into tomorrow when the market does reopen. So over and above that though, looking at stochastic, it is currently at 17, which is considered very oversold. So if there's a good piece of news that does come out, then definitely this could go for a very good run. And of course, as I've been saying for a while now, the next big thing for Lucid is the gravity unveiling. So last week I did take a trip down to LA, stopped in the Westfield studio if I have that correctly, but I posted a quick short on YouTube about my little trip around there. But generally speaking, I spoke with the individual, very knowledgeable about Lucid. So once again, I think the sales individuals there are just on point, or the advisors. But he did tell me that the gravity, from what he's been informed, is slated to be unveiled in summer, at the kind of midpoint of summer. So it is fair to assume maybe August. So in general, I think that's going to be a very big thing for Lucid. And of course, with the technicals being as oversold as they are, they might still be trading within this range until the gravity does come out. And of course, I think the big thing about that is just the price point, right? That's even what he did tell me as well. It's just they're trying to figure out the price. And in reality, I do completely agree. That is going to make it or break it with the gravity. Because like I've mentioned in the past, if they come out and saying it's 140,000, even though the technology is very much justifying for it to be worth $140,000, the market does not really want that right now. They want at least a 120 or ideally lower than $100,000 vehicle. But of course, I am not a financial advisor. So you guys always do your own due diligence. Over and above that though, just to go over some additional data points, based on Friday, there was a grand total of $4.89 million in puts being purchased versus $2.64 million in calls. So based on this, clearly people are anticipating it to go down a little bit more. This on this heat map right here shows all the strike prices, expiry dates. Based on this though, which only does show calls, it is anticipated within the next couple of weeks to be back at the $7 range. So of course that might be a positive thing, but keep in mind, like I've said in previous videos, options activity is only a sentiment. It doesn't necessarily move the stock price. And these are all the big transactions that did occur on Friday. So a lot of big money, a lot of big transactions, and you can tell based on the bid and the ask versus the price that it was sold for, whether they were buys or sells. But just be aware as well, based on last Friday was that quad witching day, or whatever you call it, where the 4 different expiry dates on options, so the weekly, monthly, and so forth, all expire on the exact same day. So some of this volume might be attributed to that, but still $38.1 million versus on a buy that was done after hours on Friday. There was 9.72 million at the very beginning of the day, 1.72 million. So behind the scenes, a lot of big money has been getting in. So once again, if you're one of those retail investors that likes to follow what big money is doing, definitely they have been getting in. And one final thing, or at least a couple other data points before I go over at least the whole technology point, was this shorts. So I'll give you guys a quick update on shorts. So right now, short score is currently 79. Utilization has broken off of that 100%, so 85.23%. So that's definitely something to be aware of. 16.35% of the free float is being shorted, so that has gone down quite a lot. But when it comes down to it though, there has been no actual news, no press releases, nothing along those lines. So it is just merely following just technicals and the sentiment, and kind of piggybacking off of Tesla a little bit in some cases. But based on this that did come out, as you can see, it was posted on Twitter, it clearly goes to show and once again reconfirms Lucid's technology. And I've been saying that for a while. Unfortunately, the stock price has not always gone where we feel it should go realistically, but the tech speaks for itself. So as I've said, that's kind of the different mentality that you need to have. If you're investing in Lucid, don't worry so much about the short-term stuff. Rather, just focus on the bigger picture and what Lucid can accomplish down the line, especially 2025 and onwards. But it does show right here, so this is the 20-minute charging test, and based on this, it does look like Lucid once again is number one. So there kind of has two different 10-minute charging stations. So the first charging within the first 10 minutes did reach 124 miles. The second one, 84 miles, for a grand total of 208 miles. So it did beat out the Tesla Model S Plaid. So in general, I think that's a very, very big accomplishment. So Lucid's beating Tesla on all the different fronts. And of course, I think that speaks volumes, especially more so as well. The Grand Touring, or the Air GT, is significantly lower as far as price point than the Plaid. So again, it's just all perspective. And unfortunately, like I've mentioned, I think it just has to do with just the lack of ability to ramp up on production, whether it be for supply chain issues or various other things. Lucid's had a difficult time with that. So if you are investing bigger picture, don't worry about the short-term volatility, because it will drive you absolutely insane. But like I mentioned already, with the Gravity unveiling, I do feel that is going to be a very big part in Lucid's success, at least moving forward. So as far as chronological things, that might be the September point. And then as what they've indicated on their last Q1 earnings, most likely it is going to be at the beginning of Q3. That is where they will really start ramping up on the Pure. So might be good back-to-back catalysts in reality. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. What are you looking for in Lucid? What do you want to see? Do you want them to have more production, or do you think that they're kind of good where they are? Because in the past, when I've brought that up, I kind of get conflicting messages from some individuals saying that, well, we should be a luxury brand, so the amount of vehicles that we do deliver shouldn't matter. So let me know you guys' thoughts. I am very curious about that. And at what stage do you think, for instance, shorts are going to get out? Because in comparison, Tesla, for instance, their percentage of their free float is around 2.5%, I believe. So at what stage do you think shorts are going to finally exit Lucid and get out? So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of this in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing I just wanted to share with you, even though Lucid is going up, down, sideways, wherever it's going based on the stock price, take advantage of some free promos, and that is with Moomoo. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account, you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, and as you can see, deposit $100, you get 5 free stocks plus a $100 cash reward, which is a complete no-brainer. This is literally the pure definition of a free promo. So link in the description below and also the comments. Only available until June the 30th. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all that in the comments below. And with that said, let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.